Hello, friends. So we have been talking about emotional resilience, emotional mastery. If you recall just the last few lessons, we've talked about having trauma and shock in the system and how, even decades can go by and those trapped emotions can be lodged so deeply in the body as to start to create physical symptoms as we go along. And we need to be able, as healers or healing ourselves, to become more embodied, to start really listening to what your body is talking to you and saying to you, and then understanding that symbolic language better, so that you can begin to unravel or unwind some of that deep-seated emotion, which may show up as anxiety, as stress, as irritation. It will show up in our emotions, how we relate to other people, how short-tempered we are. And then even going deeper, I would like to focus a little bit more today on the spiritual being that you are. So we're talking about the integration of the whole of you, of your nature. And that's not so easy to talk about, because it's kind of an intellectual concept whenever we start to bring language to experience. So I want to just open the field a little bit today and have you just bear with me and just stay with kind of opening up your energy field to acknowledge that there's mysterious things that are always working in us, and we are deeply, divinely spiritual beings having a life experience in this world. As Deepak Chopra had said so long ago, I think that was like 35 years ago, that we're spiritual beings having a physical experience. And that's a really good template to be working on, because we really hold that soul energy always in us, and it's a matter of forgetting it. So as our life experiences are going on, as we're interacting with loved ones or in work situations, things come up so quickly in us. We've talked about our reactivity and being able to pause long enough to really open ourselves to a different kind of response. We've talked about other ways of really connecting, grounding, coming back to the body, coming back to yourself, so that you can just press the pause button, if you will, and let whatever is really there to show itself to you. So continuing our lesson today, I'm just going to ask you to sit comfortably and actually close your eyes, and we'll take a journey to linking some of that emotional energy, some of the emotional experiences that become our habits, and we all have them. If you recall, I gave you a PDF of rising in the emotional scale, rising your vibration in the emotional scale. And maybe after this session, you can go back and take a look at that chart again, even pin it up on your wall or on your mirror for a few days. So you start to get very familiar with your own default energy. Now, default energy is how we basically live in the world, how we manifest on a moment by moment, a day by day basis. And today I'm just going to kind of take us on a little bit of a journey inside so that you can meet and greet your default energy and see if we can bring more compassion to that, more breath to that, more love to that. And I'll start by talking about my default energy. If you look on the emotional scale chart, I can very often devolve, or my frequency lowers down to a kind of frustration, irritation kind of response. So that's like a default anger energy. It's almost anger, not quite. It feels a little bit more like I take it out on myself. So it becomes more of a self-sabotaging, like I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have spoken that quickly. I should know better. A lot of shoulds, shoulding on yourself, as they say. And so as we sit here, just go ahead and take a few deep breaths, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. And find that rhythm, feeling where the breath is in your body, breathing in and breathing out. And our wish is to really connect deeply with your emotional resilience so that you're not falling into that default energy that feels so familiar, that is only the ego speaking. And we can open and move to a slightly different place where you're no longer holding victim or blame. The victim feels put upon, and the one who blames is trying to resist or push that energy back out because it doesn't feel good. And bring yourself just quietly into a place and ask yourself the question, where do I go energetically? Where do I go in the emotional body, in my emotions? Do I fall all the way into fear and despair and depression? Do I go all the way to that place as a default energy? Or do I hold more of an anger and irritation when I travel there? Or maybe it's somewhere in between where you're just feeling a little bit of doubt, a little bit of, I can't do this, or why are people always doing this to me? That's more of a victim energy. And really allow yourself to notice if you go into those places of irritation and anger and resentment. And we're going to bring ourselves now into the center of your heart. So bring your energy up into the spiritual heart, the very center of your heart center. It is not where your physical heart is. It's right in the center of your being, so that you're becoming aligned with your spiritual center, which some call the third eye, and then into the crown chakra, opening into the light of the head and above, so that you can bring that spiritual light into your body, bringing that beautiful gold white light all the way down, 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 even into the cells of the body, filling yourself with beautiful, glistening resiliency, opening into the beauty that you are, the calm that you are, beingness that you are. And see how that feels when you truly embody compassion, peace, wisdom, inner knowing, bringing yourself fully present to your possibility inside yourself, in your being, where there's no worry and there's no anxiety. You just open to the presence of your beingness, your true self, your wholeness. And we're going to reside together in that space for just a few moments, breathing in and breathing out. And giving yourself the affirmation, I am peace. I am here. I am fully present and aware and alive right now in this time. I am breathing. I am whole. I am enough. So in this space, we're opening to the greater field of our nature. Our experience can rise to that greater sense of peace, awareness, compassion, and wholeness. We are connecting to source energy, and we're shifting out of our default energy that we only think keeps us safe. But in fact, it doesn't keep us traveling and adventuring into our potential. It only keeps us bound and armored and not open to the greater field. So as you sit here exploring, researching, using your discrimination, move beyond the form. And breathe with it. Letting the beauty and the resilience that you be become who you are as you move forward through your day and revisit this place as often as you can, just connecting to your whole and true self as a spirit being, walking through the world and having an earthly experience. bring this nature more fully present first to yourself. First to yourself. And then bring this presence to the relationships that have always felt difficult to you. And know that this is your essence. This is who you truly are. And this place is where you can hold and love yourself so much. Continue to stay in this space. If you are in a place of meditation right now, give yourself more time to experience this quiet ease, this spiritual and physical well-being. And I will see you in the next lesson. Have a beautiful day.